What's up, YouTube? Bobbles and Ball Cards back with another video. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Halfway through the week, and if you are planning to do the SGC group sub, just a reminder, the deadline for us to have cards is tomorrow. So hopefully you got the cards in the mail. If you have shipped cards and we have not contacted you that we have them yet, please reach out and let us know and provide tracking. That way we can see where they are and be on the lookout for those. But anyway, I want to just go over real quick. I did a hockey video a couple weeks ago. Hockey season is in. I like collecting hockey cards. It's a sport that I've really enjoyed watching, getting to learn. And I thought it would be fun to discuss like the prospecting side, or how I go about approaching players that I might want to buy, or approaching my collection, that sort of thing, and do several different series or episodes or what have you, weekly or bi-weekly or whatever, to maybe help other folks out if they are jumping into hockey or hockey cards and they're new to it as well. It's always one thing to hear from a seasoned professional and they have the lay of the land and know what they're doing. It's another thing to come, and I'm being completely honest here, I don't really know much. I'm new to the hockey game. Picked up my first hockey card, honestly, February of 2020. It was an Alexander Ovechkin Young Gun and a PSA 8. My second hockey purchase was a Topps Wayne Gretzky Rookie and an SGC 4.5. From then, we started opening packs and that sort of thing. I started getting into like which players to send in, maybe to get graded, what players, what do I do with the rest of these guys, looking for people to buy and that sort of thing. So in this episode, I'm going to kind of show you what I look at when I'm kind of, obviously watching games, but what I look at throughout the season to try to keep up with stuff, or anybody that stands out to me. And again, if you are a seasoned hockey veteran, or you've been collecting hockey, for years and years and years, this approach, probably you're going to laugh at it. But it's worked for me, and I've had a lot of fun with it. And I've actually, believe it or not, am very surprised at myself and proud of myself, because I've made some pretty smart moves. I don't know if that's just dumb luck, or if it shows some simplicity or similarity to other sports. But either way, I enjoy it. I've had fun. And at the end of the day, furthermore, find a player you like and just, stick to them. But nothing beats actually watching the games and seeing the talent that's in the game itself. So, but anyway, obviously you can go to NHL.com, go to stats. You can go on Google. They do have a hockey reference, all that sort of stuff. But right here, this is NHL.com, NHL stats for this season. What it does here, you can see here goalies played for one or more games, and then here's skaters, defensemen, and then rookies are right here. So basically, what I look at in general is I'm going to focus on to keep up with like veteran players, and the rookies might mix in here, but for veteran players, I go and, here it's showing, Brat, Panarin, Pasternak, I'm not even going to try his name, but they all have 12 points. So that's telling you how many goals plus assists they have on the season. Then what you obviously want to go to, and what I like to look at, is who is scoring goals. Now, assists are pretty, but goals are, that's a key thing too. Obviously, points overall is huge, but right now you got Svechnikov, Stamkos, so you got some guys here with 7 points, and then your assist leaders are up here, Kucherov and Brat at 9 points. Now, this is for your veteran guys. If you're trying to prospect, I go to this page right here. This gives you the NHL Rookie scoring leaders for the season. This is where I spend a lot of time keeping an eye on guys, finding out, like, especially if there's rookies on this list who are in upcoming unreleased products, like, 2022, 23 Series 1. If there's somebody snuck up in here, this list right here, kind of look at and see, okay, who am I trying to target? If they come out of the gates and they're not too expensive, sometimes you might want to just go on and, if you got a good feeling on them, maybe pick up some of the parallel copies like the French or clear cuts or, foils or that sort of thing. And so this is kind of a good reference guide to follow along for rookies if somebody catches your eye. What I key in on here, obviously, I want a guy who is up in the points range, mostly in goals, but also has, and this is new into the season, so it's not going to show that much variance right now. But if I see a guy who, like down here, this dude, he's only played 5 games, and he's already creeping up into the top, I'm going to keep an eye on him. If he starts trending up in here, but he's got less games than the other guys, I really want to keep an eye on him and put him on like a radar list or whatever. But then the other thing I want to go to is, like, we'll look at here, Shane Pinto. I want to go here and see, okay, how old is he? If he's like 24, 25 years old, whatever, I'm probably not going to pay that much attention to him. Bunting had a great rookie, quote unquote, air quotes, season, but he was kind of older, so people didn't really, he was also in extended series, so he didn't really get that much love. But if you find a guy that, is 19, 20, 21 years old, and he's coming out of the gates playing pretty good, you definitely want to keep your eyes on him. The other thing you're going to want to do is go on and look at, like, Pinto, for example. Go on and find out which series is his Young Guns in. Then that's going to give you a good indicator, like, is it out yet? Do you need to be preparing for him? Should you see what prices are? Do you feel that he's going to continue this? Could his card heat up some? And then make a plan there. What we do, and this is an example of this and why I wanted to share this video, when I rip product, I've told you guys before, again, I'm very new at this, but what I would do is I'd go through, and anybody that was like $15 or more, I'd say, okay, you're getting sent in, and I'll send you in for grading and, sell duplicates or what have you. Hold one back, if it's a player that I really like, put him in my PC. But anyway, that helped cover cost of, the product that we opened and, all that sort of stuff. So we could send in the ones that I felt, I would always put it at like a $15 or more range. And I felt like that was a safe bet on the grading fees. And then normally once it was graded, it'd have a little bit of value to it, or it was a player that people at least were interested in. And so I likely could sell it and get a little bit of money out of it. Everybody else, I just stash in a box. And I have a 5-row box that I just put all of my Young Guns that I don't feel are worth grading. They're not at that level yet to send in. It's kind of like I've talked with over on the Card Chatter podcast. Refractor Jones talked about his 5-year plan. It's a similar thing, except I'm not really holding out the full 5 years. I just keep the guys back. Now, it could take 5 years, but by that point, a rookie is probably going to be 24, 25 years old. And if he hasn't shown any signs of doing good by then, probably not, still not worth sending him in. But there could be a rare occasion on that. But here's a prime example. So this is from last year's product, 21-22. This was Series 1 Upper Deck. And went through, did a quick little dive into the box, and pulled out 6 Shane Pinto. And then Kalen Addison, you see him here on the list, right here in number 3 spot for Minnesota. I found 5 of his, plus a canvas Young Gun. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is if you're pulling rookies, so let's say you go and you buy a hobby box, or you buy a 24-pack retail box, or maybe even just a mega or something from a local, Walmart or Target or whatever. and you pull out, some young guns, you hit some, and you're like, yeah, this guy's not too good. He's not selling for much, and you think it's a big bust. Sleeve him up, top load him, toss him in a box. You never know, because within a year or two, they might get a starting role. They might blossom. They might turn into a better player. So you never know, and that's a beautiful thing. It's kind of like baseball. Sometimes it takes a minute for the guys to figure out the bat. No, same way in hockey. Now, I'm not saying these guys are going to become stars, but you can obviously see they're getting a little bit of attention. The guy I was big on, I've talked about him a lot on this channel, was Jason Robertson. So I want to show you one other key that I like to look for. Right now, Pinto is trending in something I like to look for, and that is guys that are pretty close on their games and their points. I want to have a guy that's around a point per game average at least. That shows me that he's pretty consistent in his scoring, whether it be assists or goals. And he's, getting ice time. He's active, and it looks like he's going to have a long, fruitful career. And so you see here, Robertson, he's played 135 games. He has 60 goals, 72 assists for 132 points. So he's only 3 points under being a single, point per game player. And he's only 23 years old. But if you look, he's, he basically started out in 2020, 2021. So he'll be in his third season. He did have a couple games in 1920, but he'll be in his third season this year, and he's still only 23 years old. So that was a kid. I was, that's why I said I'm very proud of myself, because using this and why I wanted to show, even as a noob to hockey or hockey cards and collecting, prospecting, what have you, there's little details here that I just wanted to share with folks. Hopefully can help some others out. I know it's not as detailed as some folks that have been doing this for years and years and years, but let's call this the simplistic idea to go about collecting and prospecting hockey cards. So that's it for this video. I'll try to go into some more of those. Right now, again, we'll just go through here. I would definitely have, Shane Pinto on my radar. Keep an eye on him. His rookie card is his young gun is in 2021-22 Upper Deck Series 1. It is card number 246. So that's the guy to keep an eye on. Obviously, he is top of the list, but we're under 10 games into the season, so going to have to see how that plays out. He could fall down that list and somebody else could pull up. But for this week, I'm going to go ahead and throw him out there, and we'll see how that plays out for the future. But as always, guys, I do appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and until the next video, I'm out.